Good morning, YouTube. Talked about how Takashi ain't a snitch. Talked about dad's suicide. We talked about a lot of big stuff. One thing we haven't talked about, guys, is why you shouldn't talk to your exes. Why am I saying that? %90 of your exes just don't give a shit and have already moved on. The other 10% are cool to show with and cool to be cool with because they actually care about you and they were probably your friend before they were your ex and whatever. Women have this way of memorizing things as if everyone was always their best friend before they dated, and so she might pull that, she might say that. You don't need to have your exes in your life. They need you. I just want you to know you're their backup option. Go away from that. Don't be the silver place to 4 or 5 married women. Shit, if she's got a man, just let her go. Fucking block her. Wait till your boy's rumor mill hits back around and tells you, hey, she's single. She's like, and then you hop online and you check. Like, that ain't hard. Is she really though? Whoop, 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 whoop. Single. Or whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, she got a man. She got a mean man. That man lived 2 cars for like fun with his legs. What is that? And that's how that goes. So just like I said, guys, you don't need that. That's negative attention coming back into your life. They're your ex for a reason. Like, somewhere along the line you broke up with them and only you know why. Like, you can tell them whatever you want. Maybe that ain't it. Maybe it is it. I don't know. Everybody's different, but... And on that note, everyone is different. So if you're someone who has cool exes and you get along with them and they're all chill and they're all tight, sure, that's one thing. If you've been to all the weddings, that's a totally different affair. You're their friend, like, you're their bridesmaid. And at that point, you're pretty much the guest of honor when you show up at the wedding. Like, you just go because you might as well. Like, if Lauren's your best friend and Lauren's marrying somebody and you don't like Ralphie, whatever, that's cool. You don't have to be around Ralphie. You ain't gonna probably be around Lauren much after she get married, but, like, you're her friend. I will be honest, most of the cases with the women that are married in my age, I am 26, and so women married are my age or younger in this generation, or just, because by 27 they're single. They're divorced, they're lonely, it was the problems with the marriage that weren't corrected outside of the marriage, the problems like loving yourself, knowing how to take care of yourself, knowing how to have your own hobbies. Those problems go unaddressed. And when those problems go unaddressed, you end up becoming kind of like this, I don't know how to put it, this weird half-adult. Where, yeah, you can work a job, you might have a car, you might make payments, but the part that you're lacking to be an adult is the self-love. That's huge. Even I lack in that department at times, and I'm like, whoa, bud, why are you hating on yourself so hard? People think you're pretty awesome for the most part. Like, most people enjoy my presence, and so I have a fairly enjoyable presence, I can gather. With that assessment in mind, I see where some of my exes who are married wanted to be friends still. Like, if you're my ex and we're friends, that's one thing. If you're my ex and you're married and we were never really friends before we dated, I don't really want to be close to you because I dated you trying to go to that same end goal that the other guy made it to. That's not where I'm trying to be. I'm working on me so that way the girl who wants to marry me, I can maybe be ready to marry her and not be me like the me I currently am, where I do get down and beat up on me. Because you can't do that to your lovers. Like, you can't do that to people you're in love with, is beat up on yourself constantly. And in my generation, I'm going to hear it. I'm going to hear all of the excuses. I have anxiety, I have bipolar, I have this. Get that shit under control right the fuck now if you do. Go see another therapist and let them tell you that you have that. Most of the people in my generation who have anxiety and have all these problems have never been to a therapist. Whereas I've seen one before, I'm okay to admit it because I know it removes a lot of the stigma from it for other people to talk about it. Because it lifts it. It makes it so that way talking about mental health isn't a weird thing. I went to a doctor and he found out that personally I'm just a bit of an asshole, and to be fair, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you could be an asshole all you want. But, like, at the same time, again, bear in mind, if your ex is your friend, maybe she's not even married, maybe she just got a new man. Again, your goal was to be in that guy's place. I don't think women consider that, yeah, I'm not trying to talk to you while you have a boyfriend, or if you've tried to date them. I don't think that they realize this. This is where the idea of the player monologue comes in, and this is where women hate the player. And what happens is that you're a player if you get tired of bullshit. The thing is in our day and age, women have endless amounts of bullshit to give out. They constantly give out endless amounts of bullshit, like during just any point of the day, like, and that's the problem. Is in our generation, women don't distinguish between what's bullshit behavior that I'm giving him and what is me being upset that I can show him and bring to him and be like, hey, look, I'm hurt. Women don't do that. Not today. Not in modern times. The women used to do that. Women used to try to fix your problems too, bud. Like, believe it or not, but like, a good woman still will in today's day and age. And it's not that she's trying to fix your problems, it's that she's trying to help you be a better man. Trying to help you be the man you always wanted to be. I can't get that from a married woman. You don't motivate me to behave any better. You don't motivate me to want to be any better. You're my friend who's married, or you're a girl who's married in my eyes. That means that I can't even be bad around you if I wanted to. That means that if I felt like getting down with you, there's no realistic possibility of that, because it can't happen. You're married. You've got a ring on your finger. I can't get down. You can't feel like getting down because you're married. That's cheating. I'm not about adultery. There was a point in time, and I think every guy has been there. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. A lot of guys who haven't lost their V card can tell you haven't been there. But guys have been there, used as the home wrecker. Like, I've been there a few times myself. That's where in particular I don't like having married female friends. Or engaged female friends, or any form, really. Like, it's like, you're either my lover or you're not as a woman. Like, I've got one girl who's super cool in my life, and we've dated, and we're still super cool to each other. Like, difference being, I have a problem, she hears it out. She has a problem, I hear it out. Now I'll hear out any problem. You've got a problem, like, message me on YouTube, shoot me a message on Facebook, fuck it. I'll hear out your problems. I really would love to just do that. I don't even mind. It's a weird thing with me. I hate people, but I love hearing out their problems and seeing them smile when they walk away from like 5 minutes of conversation with me. It's what it is. But that's something that a good man and a good woman do for each other. And I don't know. It's crazy because I always see it as, I don't know, maybe this is wrong with me, but I always see it as devious when you're a married woman and you're reaching out to an ex. It's just, it doesn't look good. It never looks good. I don't get it. I just don't get it. All I get on it is that, like, I guess it's like, okay, you and this guy broke up. Breakup was not good. Breakup went on way too long, and now all of a sudden you're like, well, remember how we were really good friends? And the guy literally just remembers the breakup and chasing you and pursuing you. So at this point he's like, I spent as long pursuing you as I did breaking up with you, as long as I did dating you. And so that, if you spent a year chasing this girl, you spent a year dating this girl, and then you spent a year breaking up with this girl, You have to understand that's just the way the trap is. Like, that's how it goes. However long you spend chasing is typically a good indicator, not for how long the relationship will last, but if the chase is quick, you know it's probably going to be a quick relationship. If it's a longer pursuit, it might be more worth it. Like, that's really just, she probably doesn't have sex a lot. She probably doesn't go out a lot. If you're having to pursue and pursue and pursue, you're probably having to deal with a woman who's a woman, not a girl. You got to deal with a woman who's got a lot going on. Pursue that shit to the end of the earth. Don't let that shit leave you. Nigga, you broke? Go get you a surfboard if she's going off the edge of the coast. Like, you better go keep up with her. Because no matter how you do it, she'll be impressed. But on a real note, and final word kind of thing, guys, do better for yourselves. Don't be pawns to your exes who are married, to your exes who are in relationships that they're not happy in. Do better. Do better for you. You deserve better. You a prince, you a king, you a young little god. Get out there and find you a girl who loves you. Get out there and find someone who cares about you. And it's hard. I understand that, like, men, we've gone our own way. There's a whole MGTOW movement about that. And hey, to my brothers who gone their own way and don't fuck with the crazy, respect. I love you guys. On another note, when y'all are ready to find that lady, take some of this advice. Pursue the one who's worth it. But when she's married, when she got a man, let that girl be. You're not the only tree she's barking up. I promise you that. But let karma catch her and teach her a lesson. Because that's what happens, is you don't home wreck without karma catching up. Karma catch up to all of us eventually. But I'm telling you, let her get caught. Let her ruin herself. You don't have to put a finger on that shit if you just don't do anything. Shit. Not doing anything, you can be the righteous one and message your mans, be like, hey, do you know your wife's fucking out here messaging dudes this and sending fucking full screenshots? Shit. I mean, and hear me out. I just don't think that as a man it's fitting to try to befriend every ex. It's not. You broke up for a reason. You broke up because she wasn't the one. Or maybe at the time she wasn't the one. Now she married. She might be the one, but she's married. So what do? You wait for the divorce. If she's really the one, you might have to wait that shit out. But you can't be trying to get at her between then and there, because it's just not what a man does. Like, if the divorce is something where they're already separated, okay, whatever. If she's separated, go ahead. But at the same time, if the divorce is they still living together in front of the kids or whatever, what have you, you're just a homewrecker at that point, bruh. But on a real note, again, final word. Get you the one that's worth pursuing to the ends of the earth. Don't settle for the one that's married already. If she's 26, 25 and married, it's because she didn't have a lot to offer. And don't take that wrong. She might have a good job. She might have pets. I don't know. She might have whatever. She didn't have a lot to offer is why she's married at 25 or younger. And unfortunately, that's what's changed in our world, is that because these girls don't have nothing to offer, they gotta get. Whereas all my fucking female friends who's out there with the 9-to-5 been killing it since they graduated is still fucking not married. They might have a boyfriend, they might be single, they might be engaged, but they ain't married. That means they're working on it and thinking about it before they jump into that shit. Y'all make me proud. If more women was like that, I'd be more proud of all women. But on the other hand, not all women is like that. And it's only like 4 or 5 women I know like that. And so they've been pursuing their goals and their dreams, but that means they're single. They understood what that meant. But other than that, YouTube, catch you later. This is why you don't date your ex. Other than that, comment, like, subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one.